Recently, at Thompson Park in Watertown, a tree planting effort was held to increase tree populations and honor those who have worked on planting efforts in the past.
We started the ceremony by honoring former Mayor Tom Walker for his over 40 years of furthering the city's urban forestry program through tree planting initiatives that stretch back to the 1970s. We planted 49 trees, 22 different species here at Thompson Park, and really that was pushed by multiple local organizations and the city of Watertown to help replace a tree canopy that had been lost over the last few decades, and also to mitigate the impacts of the emerald ash borer.
The plantings are not as simple as taking a new tree and putting it in the ground. They require proper planning, considering factors such as species diversity and vulnerability.
It's important to have a diverse urban tree population to help protect against future unknown invasive species. Years ago, there were elm trees that lined Washington Street and other streets throughout the city. Decades and decades after they were planted, who would have thought that an invasive fungus would have killed all of them, which is exactly what happened. So we need to always make sure that we're never planting too many of the same species in one area, because that future impact could be an issue. Really, there isn't a large diversity of trees which can actually set us up for problems with future unknown invasive species. So we always want to try to diversify our urban forest, our urban tree species population whenever we can.
Included in the mission of these tree planting efforts are mitigating invasive species, which requires tree removal, sometimes in trees that are still alive. However, according to DeMarco, this is to avoid spreading dangerous invasives to healthy trees and are always replaced through new plantings.
So this tree to your left has been planted to replace this one. We planted to remove this tree sometime over the next few years, in which this one will begin to fill that canopy, so it'll be less of an impact. To minimize the impact of the tree removal, this tree is here. Thompson Park is a really unique area within the city. We have a cathedral of trees here, and we want to be able to have that for generations to come. So we have to make sure that we're always replanting trees. We're always, if a tree has to come down, we replant in that area. And even if trees aren't removed, we're always planting. We're always planting to set the stage for 100 years from now, so people can come to Thompson Park and enjoy the trees here.
Members of the City of Watertown are currently working to mitigate the impacts of climate change, invasive species, and many others by planting trees, just like this one, around Thompson Park and around the city. For ABC 50 Now, I'm Isabella Colello.